So I was sitting working out at the gym yesterday, and I was listening to something. I don't listen to jazz or fusion while working out, um, just because. I mean, sometimes I'll play fusion, but usually I listen to like heavier stuff while I'm working out, just because you want something that's like intense and whatnot. So I was listening to the Pat Smythe Quartet CD, New Dawn Live 1973, and I was saying to myself, Pete, holy cow, Allan Holdsworth was a motherfucker at age 27. You know, 27 years old. Really, Holdsworth in 1973 was not really anybody of note as far as like his name goes. You know, he had played a little bit with Nucleus, but his days playing obviously with like Soft Machine and Gong and Tony Williams and various other people, that's still to come. So this is right about Ignigbottom's Wrench kind of time period. So really, Holdsworth is not a household name. Well, he was never really a household name, but among guitar players. And I'm listening to this album. So this, of course, is Pat Smythe on piano and Fender Rhodes, Holdsworth on guitar, Darrell Runswick double bass, and John Marshall on drums. If you haven't heard it, you need to hear it. And man, Holdsworth is doing some like very clean sounds, but just, and he still doesn't have that full legato technique going that we would come to hear from him in subsequent years. But man, he's doing some stuff on here. He's just blazing on here in ways that I don't think any other guitar player at the time was really doing. I mean, in '73, the world was being wowed by John McLaughlin at this point. And strictly talking about jazz and fusion players. Demiola is not really a name yet. Billy Connors, not quite. Larry Coryell you had. So really you had McLaughlin was basically the big name on the fusion scene at this point in time. But you got Allan doing stuff here that's just absolutely mind-blowing. These, you could tell he's picking a lot more notes at this point in time. But man, on tracks like, British Rail and Casa Forte, Golden Lakes, he's just doing some stuff that like nobody else was doing, just fast and just lots and lots of notes. And again, not really any overdriven sounds for the most part. And even when he's doing just like the straight ahead jazz stuff, really impressive. Like, what planet did this guy come from? I don't think that most of us realized what a true musical treasure we had in Allan Holdsworth, all while he was alive. The people in the know got it. But this guy was always on a different planet from everybody else. There's a reason why Eddie Van Halen, saw Holdsworth and was like, this guy should be huge. I've got to do whatever I can to help him in his career. I'm in a place where I can hopefully do that. Never really happened, unfortunately. But yeah. And I'm sure if Allan was still alive today and we would ask him what he thinks of some of the stuff he played on here, he'd probably be like, that's terrible, right? I can never listen to that anymore. But for the rest of us humans, listening to New Dawn Live 73 from the Pat Smythe Quartet, this is the real deal. And this is guitar playing from another universe, even at 27 years old, way before most of us thought that he was doing godly stuff. This is pretty amazing and pretty intense. So if you've never discovered the genius that is Allan Holdsworth, even if you go all the way back to something like this, which why this was sitting in the vaults for so many years, I'll never know. His absolute amazing technique and just genius sense of reckless abandon on a guitar that still sounds so classic and majestic is in full force here. So yeah, I would highly recommend it. And like I said, even early Allan Holdsworth is amazing. Allan Holdsworth. And I was stupefied walking around the gym trying to work out, listening to this guy just like all these notes and all this blazing stuff going on. And yeah, amazing. Allan Holdsworth, one of the all-time greats.